Good evening, this is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovering No More. I'm reading from Tiger Joy by Vincent Benet, and when I looked at the table of contents carefully, because this book is older, which just makes it very dear to me anyway, right off the bat, I couldn't help it. I just read to Rosemary, and I don't know if I've got that on video. I have some artwork with that one. I pulled on the title page, I pulled Nothes, which is the rune that compelled me to say the will to daily overcome and experience joy. I don't know why I said that in writing. Let's look up Nothes really quickly here. Being a student of runestones is a lifelong journey that brings the joy of discovery of oneself and of the unseen mysteries all together. I'm just trying at this point to stop choosing to feel the embarrassment I feel at times, evolving out of a Christian paradigm that controls women, myself and my 7 daughters, because it just keeps going. And that's really hard to take sometimes. All right, now I understand. Nothes is constraint. That is why I said, I need to choose joy. And it is for what I just stated. The attitudes towards women in this day and age, in the old paradigms of family life, it is not that they are wrong. I was thinking about this today. It is that men cannot be trusted in the Protestant and Catholic churches. They cannot be trusted. They would rather believe the old-fashioned teaching of the Apostle Paul than evolve and trust what they should have trusted to begin with. It's save how they were taught, which gave them control. And many of them do damage in relationships and then just walk off. And then they leave that example for their children. And I will tell you that mothers are very much in the lurch there. We end up actually being able to find our individual freedom, even if we appear to just stay in our quote-unquote roles as they were forced upon us growing up in the Protestant and Catholic paradigms. It is a sacrifice in those tight-knit families. I have found my freedom and lost just about everyone in the process. I'm glad to be finished with the pain of it, because indeed Nothes is the rune number 7, and it says constraint, necessity, and pain. The role of Nothes is to identify our shadow, our dark, our repressed side. Women far and wide, because of how men treat us, have a repressed side. And a lot of times we have to choose joy for the sake of our children, particularly our daughters. That's much of what I can tell you. And so when I began to read Tiger Joy, I drew the rune. And so basically the runes are saying, warning, warning, Kara, You're going to face misogyny and how it has destroyed your life head on again, which causes me in my spirit to just sigh in a way that is pure pain. Because I was taught and still fight the tendency to believe that I'm worthless just as myself. And yet I'm sitting here, a woman who has 13 blogs, lots of bookmaking and book reading going on, in a generation that would rather look at a screen than a page. I can just have a moment of pure, unadulterated joy to pick up books like Tiger Joy, which is an older book with the kind of paper that I love to do artwork on, particularly with tarot cards, and just go to heaven because of the library smell. And I appreciate those moments, and I intend with the rest of my life to have more of them. I have worked long and hard to become a recluse, and so I'm glad that that journey has begun. On my 58th birthday. It's very nice to have it exact like that. It will probably be true that I need to read my authentication numerology from my third book, which was actually my first book. No, excuse me, it wasn't my third book. Because that's when the Double Moons Prayer Initiative was actually put into print. And the numeric authentication of my ministry and my testimony came forth based on the number 144 in the book of Revelation. And so I probably am going to have to read that every once in a while and put it on YouTube, just because I've been blotted out. So I need to take care of myself. So Tiger Joy, a book of poems by Vincent Benet. And sure enough, here, O gentle moon, thy crystal accents pierce the caverns of my pride's deep universe, charming the tiger, joy, which is Prometheus unbound. Did you see that, though? The caverns of my pride's deep universe. Men, in this day and age, particularly if they believe the outdated teaching of the Apostle Paul, that is scanty indeed and has been misused over and over and over again. Men have egos that must be destroyed. This is Archangel Tara talking, not Kara. Archangel Tara doesn't have emotions, Kara does. And so there's a difference there. What it is my responsibility to do as a normal person is to not allow my actual rage at the system stay in check. My dark side stay balanced. Not obliterated, balanced. Reading poetry of great authors is my balancing force. I'm deeply grateful for them and for their books. So on April 3rd, 2024, I began to read a small thing that is not at the beginning of the book. And the reason was I was drawn to the title as I just glanced at the table of contents, For All Blasphemers, because I'm someone who has released the actual truth about blasphemy of the Holy Ghost. So the poem spoke deeply to me. I apologize if I've already read this once on YouTube. I need to read it twice and put it up twice if that is the case. Sticks and stones may break your bones. Cross words will never hurt you. He did not tell us who actually wrote that, so I'll look it up. I'm curious. Epitaph. Grapes that a hand strips down a vine. dice that an idle wrist has flung. The wind blows off true friends of mine. Some are dead, some married young. And then, for all blasphemers, Adam was my grandfather, a tall, spoiled child, a red clay tower in Eden, green and mild. He ripped the sinful pippin from its sanctimonious limb. Adam was my grandfather, and I take after him. Noah was my uncle, and he got dead drunk. There were planets in his liquor can and lizards in his bunk. He fell into the bottomless, past hell's most shrinking star. Old Aunt Fate has often said how much alike we are. Lilith, she's my sweetheart, till my heartstrings break. Most of her is honey pale, and all of her is snake. Sweet as secret thievery, I kiss her all I can, while somebody above remarks, that's not a nice young man. Bacchus was my brother, Nimrod is my friend. All of them have talked to me. Oh, how such courses end. But when his worship takes me up, how can I fare but well? For who in gaudy hell will care? And I shall be in hell. And then I did a rain draw that will be coming forth in the actual artwork of the two poems. This is Beaty-Coffey.